and today we're going to be going over manual restraints. We have Dylan as our example and Vivian for the holder. So for manual restraints, your first step should always be the halter and lead rope. The halter should always fit correctly, with the noseband not so loose that it goes down over the nostrils and not so high up that it goes up to the bones on their cheek. Halters are the safest manual restraint as they will always break if the horse is starting to move and about to have an accident. You also never want to wrap your hand around a lead rope, as if the horse runs away, your hand would get caught and you would get drugged. The next manual restraint that I'm going to show you is the chain over the nose. So the chain over the nose just provides a little bit of extra restraint from the typical lead rope. To apply it, you go into the onside ring of the noseband, go over the cavesson, go up inside the other noseband ring, and up to the cheek piece. Usually, you just clip it right there with the prong facing out, but this chain is a little long, so I'm going to pull it up through and attach the clip to the chain itself. The prong always needs to be facing away from the horse's face so it doesn't rub the horse's face and cause any irritation. You also want to check to make sure the chain has at least 3 links coming out of the other noseband ring. You never want to tie a horse when it is having a chain over its nose because the horse is more likely to flip or have extra pressure on its nose. Now we're going to take it off. So you just undo the clip and take it back through the rings in the way that you came. And you're always moving in a way that causes the least amount of noise. The next manual restraint that we're going to do is the gum chain. This is also called the stud chain because it is used with breeding stallions. So to do the gum chain, you run the chain down into the noseband ring so you don't take it over the cavesson. You run it up into the other noseband ring and clip it to the cheek piece with the prong out so it doesn't cause rubbing. You then get the chain in your left hand with your pinky out and gently pull it up into the top of their gums. You make sure that the chains are not twisted, and you make sure not to touch their teeth with the chain, as this could cause pain. Take it off. You simply go back through. And when you use the gum chain, you always want to use a downward pressure, not an upward pressure. Upward pressure causes significantly more pressure than downward and would cause the horse to raise his head. You also never want to tie a horse with a lip chain on, as they would have too much pressure on their gums and could possibly have scarring. The next restraint that we're going to do is the lip twine. The thinner the twine, the more pressure that is going to be applied. I'm going to use 2 strands just because I don't want to apply too much pressure. So to apply it, you go to the offside noseband ring, and I've tied this in a circle so I can just loop it off onto itself. If you only had 1 strand, you would just tie a knot onto the noseband ring itself. You then come back around like you did with the gum chain or lip chain and put it through the other noseband ring. I'm also going to attach a lead to it so I can apply pressure more easily. You then take the twine, like you did with the gum chain, and just slide it. Slide it under their lip with your pinky out, and you keep a constant downward pressure for this one. You don't have any release, so it doesn't come down into the horse's mouth again. To undo it, go back through, drop the twine, and then take it back out. The next restraint that we're going to show you is the shoulder roll. The shoulder roll is just a temporary distraction, like if the vet was going to give a shot and you just needed a moment of leverage against the horse. So for the shoulder roll, you come up right in front of the shoulder on the neck. You want to make sure that all of your nails are cut so you aren't digging into the horse's skin. And you just grab some of the horse's skin, roll it in, and gently push against them. You should see the horse's body move away from you for this to be performed correctly. The next manual restraint that we're going to be doing is the twitch. There are 3 types of twitch. There's the wooden handle twitch with the rope, and then there's a chain twitch instead of rope, and there's also a humane twitch. We are just going to be using the rope twitch tonight. So the longer the handle you have, the more control you have in that situation, but you need to be very careful whenever you apply it to the horse, not to let go of the handle and to have it under your arm so that if the horse yanks his head, you move with it and the horse doesn't get the handle, because then it would be able to fly and possibly hit someone in the face and become a lethal weapon. You also never want to have a twitch on for more than 10 minutes, so you want to carefully plan whatever you're about to do. The cycle that works with the twitch is the first 3 minutes, it's just a distraction, like if somebody was pinching you. And then after 3 to 5 minutes, endorphins start to kick in, so the horse starts to kind of relax a little bit and doesn't feel as much of the pain. However, after 10 minutes, the endorphins start to wear off, and the horse feels an immense amount of pain. And after the 12-minute mark, could start to blow up where they become violent and just lash out. So, to apply the twitch, you keep your pinky out of the loop, and you just want to come up to the horse, maybe touch his nose a minute, and then hold on to the front of his nose, and you twist the handle until the rope is tight enough that it won't come off, and then you just twist the other way to let it come off. And then you want to just rub their nose so the circulation comes back in and they trust you to touch their nose still. You don't want it to be an unpleasant experience. So that's all there is to the twitch.